You man, Errol Spence, the Pirate Spence. Have you seen it with the eye patch? Errol, the Pirate Spence is back. He's going to be fighting. Then it's Ugas, who's coming off, that big win over Manny Pacquiao. Doesn't hurt the fact that it was a southpaw. It just happens to just be. He's going to fight another southpaw. Nancy, are you excited about this fight? Unification.
Yeah, I am. So this is
what's that hat? What's that hat?
That's my Earl Spence hat.
I just don't know what that means. Okay.
That's my Earl Spence.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I'm excited. Okay. That's right. That is right. I'm excited about that. I'm happy. First of all, I'm happy he's getting in the ring now. Right. I think that it's going to be a good fight. I'm excited that it's in my backyard. So really, really, really good news. But I don't know. How do y'all feel about the opponent?
Well, let me see before college goes. I actually like the fight. I do. I think this is the best welterweight fight in a while, actually. It really is. It's not the number one fight we want, but I think it gets us a little closer to the number one fight we want. A little bit. It's unification. The winner will have 3 of the belts. Al Heyman made that tournament go away somehow. I don't know how he did it, but it's the tournament the WBA was talking about just disappeared. You know what I mean? The guy's a magician. I'm just telling you. Now you see it, now you don't. I'm not going to say we'll have winning yet, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if Errol Spence is ready for that right hand of Ugas. I don't know. I don't know how that left eye is. There's no way to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
We're just going to speculate up until fight night. That's all we could do. When you predict this fight, people are going to have to make a decision. Do I think the eye is that bad or not? That's going to be a factor. Whoever predicts this fight, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And after the fight, everyone's going to have all types of opinions. Oh, you were wrong. His eye was fine. Or, oh, see, I told you his eye was fucked up. None of us know. That's not an injury to take lightly. And we don't know if we could re-injure it during the fight. But I think that fact makes the fight more interesting. Yeah. If that wasn't a factor, the fight wouldn't be as interesting to me. But now, at that factor, at the factor of the eye, come on. The fight camp, the 24/7 thing that they do, they're going to talk about it, right? Errol's going to be like, yeah, my eye is fine, or whatever. But the eye, nobody knows if the eye is messed up. I don't know, the voiceover. But Calix, what do you think of the fight?
I will give who I think is going to win on the tail end of this comment. I like the fight. On the surface, I like the fight. I love the fight. But if we look at this from a macro level, the fight we wanted still isn't happening, right? Correct? We all want Spence versus Crawford.
Can't always get what you want.
So it's just one of those things. And I hate to complain about this because, like I said, on the surface, this fight being announced, I like it. I probably will take a quick flight to Dallas to watch this fight. And I think this is a pretty even fight. I think people are already looking past Ugas and assuming that Spence is going to win this fight and possibly fight Terrence Crawford later in 2022, early 2023, which don't hold your breath. But I like the fight on the surface. I think it's an even odds fight. Spence will be the Vegas betting favorite, but I like Ugas for the upset. If you watch Ugas fight Porter, if you watch Ugas fight Pacquiao during the middle rounds, early rounds, and then during the middle rounds, he was trying to make comebacks, and then Ugas kept putting out the fires quickly. He stuck to the game plan. He's a smart fighter. He's a technical fighter, but he has sort of that toughness in him, to where he's not just going to box you if it comes to that. He can go to the next level. He can push you back. He can mix it up. He can throw combinations on the inside. He can play defense. He's a well-rounded fighter. And if you look at their career trajectories, Spence is going down a little bit. hasn't had the momentum. And then Ugas is going up. So I think it's an even fight. I like Ugas for the upset, but I love the fight. I do. I don't like that it's on pay-per-view. That's my only concern with it. That and the fact that it's not the Crawford fight. So there are things to be upset about, but overall, we got to take what we can get. And I like this fight. I like it.
I like that we're finally going to see where he's at, Spence, right? And that's what I've been wanting, especially, since, the accident, what we saw shortly after, but we haven't really seen where he's at since. It's not like we're getting any type of, sparring videos. We're not, getting anything. We've got nothing. So I like the fight, but I'm more excited about finally seeing him and finally seeing, you know what, if I have to do the eye patch, in support in spirit, I mean, why not?
Hey, whoa, chat it ready. Look at this.
There we go. Can you see?
Errol Spence for the win. Look at this. He should come out with a pirate suit. But I'll tell you what, though. You can't always get what you want.
Yeah, I mean.
But if you try sometimes, you'll get what you need.
You got a unification fight at 147.
No, we don't need another pay-per-view, but hey, you know what I mean?
And what G-Funky calls a dumpster juice division. And I'm glad you brought up the sparring because me and D-Style, we talked about this before the Pacquiao fight when it was Spence versus Pacquiao. Mm-hmm. The odds kept getting narrower and narrower and closer, and we were wondering why. But the rumblings were that the insiders were saying that Spence was doing bad in sparring, that the eye was worse than they were letting on. Mm-hmm. And that ended up being the case. He pulled out of the fight. So
there you go.
How's the eye now? The eye is too big of a question mark for me against a tough fighter who is hungry and who is coming in. She
didn't even support him. She supported him for 2 seconds and she took it off. You know what I mean?
Well, because I need to see y'all. So, but you see, I'll be there in support. I'll be there just in the audience. So for everybody, when you're watching the fight, just look for me with the eye patch. And that's
listen to what you just said for a second, right?
It'd be me.
You said you have to take it off so you could see us on the screen. Spence gonna try to fight a professional champion in Ugas in the ring, possibly with a messed up eye.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I think.
You know what?
I
think that
so. A part of me, but a part of me also wants to believe, right, that he's got his corner. He's got the people around him that aren't gonna let him get in if it's really that critical. You're not going to accept a fight if you don't believe that you're okay, right? That you're not gonna have some type of permanent, make it worse type of damage. That's what you want to believe, but we'll see.
Like the Journey song, right? You're gonna believe like that.
That's a fair point because this is a tough fight, and they know it. They know it's a tough fight.
Right. Exactly. So that's where I'm hoping. Yeah, you're. We know he's got his yes men, but we hope that he's got the corner that's also saying, "Hey, you really shouldn't take this fight if XYZ with the eye," right? So. That's what you want to believe, that you wouldn't risk your livelihood,
So right now I heard Nancy said that she needs to believe. She cannot stop believing because she's just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
Stop believing.
She took the midnight train going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Hold on to the feeling. Yeah. I can keep going.
Yeah.